What's up, YouTuber? This is Rob in the garden. We're at the end of March, and I'm trying to get the second row in for the Cassavas / Yucas. Yep. I already have a first row going, and they are starting to flower. Got a flower over here. I got one budding over here, and that's what they look like when they start budding. I have a little berry bush. Don't look like much, but it's starting to take off. See, this one started flower. I did this last week. So this first row I had got going last week on my day off. So these started going. Oh, drop my Bluetooth. Okay, these started going and have some flowering. Real tiny, but you can't see it. There's a close-up. These starting to go. So yeah, it's on and popping. I have that row. All the little sticks that you see sticking out of the ground is where I got one set up. And that's a whole row going all the way down that way. So I got a day off today. So I'm trying to make another row, my second row. Because last year I had just made one row and we was able to get a lot of yucca. I was trying to get it on this side so that way I'm able to walk in the middle. But for some reason on this side, I think there's probably a sewer pipe going all the way down that row, because every time I try to dig in, I'm hitting cement. I get 4 inches down and I'm hitting cement. And that's going all the way down this way. So what I decide to is get everything on one side, and I'll still have this open pathway because I know grass is gonna come up, and I'll be able to mow the grass down and control the weed. And I put enough space in between the two so I'm able to just get a lawnmower in the middle so I can keep some of the weed and the grass down. So when I do cut the grass and I collect all the weed, I use it as mulch. I turn around, take it out the bag, and pour it around the yuccas, the cassava trees, and use it, and that turns into mulch that breaks down and bring nutrition, minerals and stuff back into the soil, and that'll help your plant grow faster. So I'm almost done. I gotta get some more grass clippings so I can mix in with this miracle in ground that I'm gonna put on the ground, so that gets them started quickly. So once you put the cuttings, it gives them a head start. So I'm not expecting any more cold, because yesterday and the day before we had a little cold snap and a thunderstorm too, and I don't know where that cold came from, but it came through. So we're at the end of March, so I thought we was done with it, but I guess not. But I'm trying to get my head start. These are lilies, or lilac, whatever. I had to look them up. I don't remember what they are, but around this time of the year, they grow like crazy. So I gave them a little bit of watering. So at this point, they're kind of out of control. And I think that's what they call catnip. This is kind of like a mint in the mint family. And I got a lot of that growing. I think from cutting the one that's on that end, and a piece fell over here. And that piece, because I remember mowing it over a couple of times, and I'm like, that's gonna just break into the soil, down into the soil. And then all of a sudden this came up. And when I noticed it, I was like, I'm gonna leave it. It's always good to have extra. If you have one bush of something, one is never enough. It's always good to have extra because you never know. So I left it there. So I'm gonna be coming all the way straight down to the fence. This year, I'm gonna get it all the way down to the fence over here. I have my back right here against the fence. So that's my plan for the cassavas. This is actually a month earlier before I made that first row of cassava. I was actually looking at my lemongrass. It went to seeding. But the cassavas that you see right here, well, what's left of them, because there was a storm earlier that week. So a lot of them had broke off and then the leaves came off. So it just left a mess. So I used these to make the 2 row of cassava that I needed. I was able to make one first row that was earlier, part of the video that you've seen. And then a week later, I was able to make a second row. I'm going to share a few facts about cassava. Cassava is one of those plants that can, withstand unfavorable and extreme conditions like acidic and fertile soil. This is one of the unique and great characteristic of this plant, and it produced well in perfect soil condition, and it still produce in even horrible condition. It can be harvested between 10 to 30 months. I'm gonna go by months because if I say in 1 year sound like a long time. And it stands to be the 4th largest staple in the world after wheat, rice, and corn. It's the 3rd largest carbohydrate plant used in the world. About 500 million people around the world depends on cassava as a staple food. The root can come in 2 forms, sweet and bitter. And this one was the one that I grew last year, the 1 row, and this was about 6 months in because it was just about 5 feet of height, and that was about like 6 months in. The 6 health benefit of cassava. Cassava supports healthy gut bacteria. It helps fight inflammation, supports healthy blood sugar levels, boosts energy, support healthy weight management, and also help maintain hair and skin. The application of cassava, it can be made into cassava chips, yellow gari, cassava starch, and cassava flour. The other names cassava is known as is tapioca, Brazilian arrowroot, acambuta, yuca, and manioc. And the manioc I know because I'm from the islands, so the Haitians call it manioc, and I'm familiar with that. This is about a month later. These are what my yucas, cassavas looking like. I'm gonna give you more information on the cassavas. So last year, the first time when I grew them, I just had that 1 row going all the way down, and it came out so well that I'm like, this year we're gonna try growing a 2nd row because the cassavas were pretty good. So I got 2 rows this time. I got a row, that original row going all the way back, and then I got a 2nd row. And I started a little bit over here. I was gonna go for 3 rows to the point where when this get about like 6 foot tall, this whole place was gonna be covered up like a food forest, but there's some type of piping, cement piping that's going all the way. So I think it's something like city sewer line, probably go all the way out to the street. Because every time I try to dig over here in this area, I keep hitting like something hard, like a cement type structure. So I was able to get 3, 1, 2, 3 plants on this end, but that's all. So, yep, that's the update on the cassavas. I don't know what's going on with this one. I don't know if it's not getting enough water. I had planted blueberry over here. I got multiple blueberries all around, but this one don't look like it's doing too good. So, and then I had one more that I planted, and it's looking like the same situation. I'm not having any luck with the blueberries. I have some more that is in a pot, so those 2 I'm not worrying about. If I do have time, I'll probably dig up that other one that's a little bit more green and see if I can save it. But that's what the cassava is looking like. I'll come back and give you an update, because they're like dreads. They start off ugly, but once they get yay long, yay tall, they look nice.